da, 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 da. Okay. Blanket. Yes, I need a blanket. It is cold. I'll be 1 second. Okay. Good evening, everyone. I decided to start kind of early because I didn't have D&D today. And I wanted to get at least some progress into this new case we're starting today. I have no idea what we're about to do. It's called A Turnabout Forsaken, though, so I'm sure that's fine. But the last case, I had to run off before the last case started, but it was such a good case. The ending was so cute and also made me so worried. I'm like, not Gregory. I know Gregory dies. Is Eddie gonna die? I hope not. But I guess time will tell. I guess I'm saving for some reason. I don't know. That's fine. Oh no. Kay's featured. New Kays were free. Yes. This doesn't bode well for Kay though. Is Kay gonna have her Maya case? I mean, she's already kind of had that. But this might be like the serious one where like she's actually the one accused and we have to clear her for like the whole case instead of just like for a part of it. Don't worry about it. Alright, start from the beginning of the episode. Hey, Donnie. And Bubbles. Oh, I missed that entirely. The community is gathered here to sight of the goddess to pass a fair and frank judgment. The purpose of this hearing? To assess the professional competency of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Oh dear. That's not good. I hope you're ready for some psychic damage. Are you? Oh. Why are you wearing that raincoat? It's a rare thing for me to see the opening. Yeah. No! Ah! Oh shit. Kay! I was so worried about Eddie dying that I didn't expect Kay to kick the bucket. I said don't worry about it. April 5th, 1:23 p.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Okay, but it kind of sounded like you were getting fired, Edgeworth, not gonna lie. Adoption defeated. Fatality. Will you please stop pacing, detective? You're kicking up dust. But I swept the floor 3 times already. Then sweep it a 4th. They're gonna take your badge, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. How can you just stand there cool as a cucumber? We don't know for certain that they will. Well, it sure seemed like they mean to. Judge Gavel's pretty much spelled it out. Truly, you are proving to be quite the threat to the committee for the prosecutorial excellence. As such, you give me little choice but to report back on your continued transgressions. No doubt you will be called to appear before the committee in due course. I mean, we didn't see her hit the ground, so fair. She said I would be called to appear before the committee, nothing more. Well, I don't care. I won't stand for it. What if we never get to work together again? Aw, gumshoe. I'd have thought you would welcome the prospect, detective. After all, it would mean that you could work with someone less problematic.
Don't say that, sir.
Aww. Edgeworth, Gumshoe likes working with you.
I've never heard anyone except that stupid committee say you're problematic. You're just not looking for an excuse, are you? To become a defense attorney, I mean. Because I won't let you. You're a prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth. Prosecutor, you hear? It's called prosecutor's gambit, not defense attorney's gambit.
Gumshoe's problematic fave. To become a defense attorney, huh? The circumstances of my father's death set me on the path to become a prosecutor. But I'd only been interested in the law to begin with, thanks to my father as well, and his work as a defense attorney.
Are you gonna keep fighting crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you've got a big decision ahead of you. Only one you can answer.
Look, Edgeworth, we've seen other prosecutors. None of you feed Gumshoe, but you are at least give them enough to survive. I mean, does he survive? Where's he post-investigation? Just saying. For what it's worth, Eddie, the investigation games kind of muddy these waters. Because Edgeworth can defend so many people by investigating. Yeah, it's true.
Are you listening, Mr. Edgeworth? I said I won't let you do this.
Really, Detective, there's no need to be so dramatic. Who knows? The next prosecutor you work with might be a little more lenient with your salary assessments.
Huh, really? So, no more instant noodles? I mean, no! What are you saying, sir? I don't care about any of that stuff.
But you thought about it, didn't you? If only for a moment. Look, we haven't seen Gumshoe, which is a crime, but he has to be been obliquely referred to like twice. Uh-huh. What if they're referring to a different Gumshoe? No.
We're busy in here. Come back later.
Oh, okay. We've got a nurse who looks very... Edgeworth man is not meant to live on instant noodles. College students maybe, but not adults.
Hey there. Is the prosecutor in? Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth?
Look, pal, what part of we're busy don't you get? Wait outside and I'll be with you in a bit.
Oh, that's not good. Your face is as red as a tomato. Red face, gritted teeth. Let's see.
I said we're busy.
Wait, that's it. Stomach cramps. Right. No need to worry. It's nothing an injection can't cure. Now roll up your sleeve. For me, it won't hurt much.
No thanks, pal. I'm healthy as can be.
The music is zany and threatening. I don't like this person. Okay, if it helps, she's part of a duo later with an older lady. Good to know. And who might you be?
Oh, sorry. I totally forgot to introduce myself, huh? The name's Needler?
Probably Needler.
Name's Needler. Florence Needler. I'm a nurse at Hertz Hospital.
Well, nobody here's hurt, so are you sure you have the right room?
Yeah. You're Prosecutor Edgeworth, right? Wow, those are some deep furrows in your brow. Are you feeling all right? Suffering from a severe headache? I could give you an injection, that'll...
I'll be fine, thank you. Could you please just tell us what you're doing here?
Huh? Oh, sure. Well, it's like this. I brought somebody to see you. Wait right there. I'll go grab her.
Wait! Because drugs, yes.
Too late. I wonder who she brought along. If she's here from the hospital, maybe it's a patient?
It's probably Kay.
Someone you cut down to size with your trademark rapier wit?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
See? That's right there, sir. When you glare at me like that, I lose the will to live. You don't want to send me to the hospital, do you?
Surely he's exaggerating. After all, that's the look I always give him, and nothing's happened so far. Wedgeworth. Oh, baby girl. She's so injured.
Sorry to keep you fellas waiting. Well, thoughts?
Okay, bring in the traumatic characters, kid. Oh. Thoughts on what?
You don't recognize me?
There's something about her, something familiar.
This had your name on it. So I thought, just maybe.
So you really did put somebody in the hospital.
Don't be ridiculous, detective.
But look, sir, your name's right there on the card. Public to Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Plain as day.
Be that as it may.
I'm sorry, what she's trying to say is she has amnesia.
Amnesia?
Yes, at least that's what they tell me. Her parents must be so worried about her. I bet that they're only been getting around 8 hours of sleep each night. You gotta feel for them.
I wish I got 8 hours of sleep every night. Last time we saw a young woman this injured, she was a Yakuza. Okay, so she hit the pavement. Oh no, this is amnesia thing. Damn it. Look, she'll be fine. Amnesia. Phoenix got over amnesia in like 2 hours. It's true. Although, he only got hit by a fire extinguisher, if I'm not mistaken. She apparently hit the floor pretty hard. Do I, though? Because that's quite a lot of sleep, if you ask me.
Whoa, tough break. But don't worry, alright? Since you added his card, that means you really must know Mr. Edgeworth somehow.
Come on, guys, put two together.
So, just sit back and we'll take it from here, right, sir?
At the very least, we might be able to help you figure out your identity.
Really? Will you?
It's going to come down to what you remember, but yes.
Now that's the Mr. Edgeworth I know, don't worry, miss, you're as good as healed.
Amnesia, the dork descent. Beautiful. Let's not get carried away here, detective. I am a prosecutor, remember? Not a miracle worker. Alright, well. Who are you? Where do we even start?
So, do you remember your name, miss?
I'm sorry. She's been like this since she came in yesterday.
So she's only been in the hospital for a day.
No way! That's amazing! How did you figure it out so fast?
How can one person be so emotionally draining? Oh, come on, Edgeworth. I know.
They found her wandering around late in last night and brought her in. I wanted to help out, so I went through her stuff to see what I could find.
And did you find anything apart from my business card?
Nothing with her name on it or home address. Oh, wait a second. She was wearing this. It's a pretty unique design, right?
This pin. Okay, we're finally getting it to it. I would hope. I hope that you guys see that pin and know whose it is. Because if you don't, then you're really bad adoptive parents. I'm just saying.
What the heck? The Yatakarasu pin!
Oh, good old Yatakarasu. We bringing it back, baby.
Does that mean it can't be?
Kay, is that really you?
Kay?
It's the pin that Kay always wears. Your name. It's you, isn't it, Kay?
I'm Kay.
Come on, Kay, you really don't remember? Look at me, Gummy. That's what you always called me.
Gummy. But you're an adult. That's so rude. I don't really call you that, do I? I'm so sorry. I can't believe I feel so guilty now.
What the heck happened to you? I've never seen you so polite. Being polite and sensitive is just not... Where's the Kay I know? You're nothing like her.
The shade. Okay, it's not, but imagine instead just amnesia. This is also when we find out Kay has a secret twin she never knew about. Not even Ace Attorney will go that soap opera, though, for the best. What do you mean not even Ace Attorney would go that soap opera, though? It literally do! Not in this case, but I hope, but that literally happens. Combining twins and amnesia, I mean. Oh, okay. Alright. Where were we?
Where's the Kay I know? You're nothing like her.
Careful, detective. We wouldn't want her to get the wrong impression. You make it sound as if Kay isn't normally polite or a sensitive soul. Not that he's wrong exactly, but Man in the Iron Mask type shit. One of the other is within tolerable parameters for some of us.
So, what kind of person was I before?
Well, first of all, your full name is Kay Faraday. You're bright, fun, and full of energy, and... Oh yeah, you're a great thief.
A great thief?
There's a little more to it than that, but yes. Thieves generally steal other people's valuables from their dressers or vaults, but...
Steal? But that must be so awful for the people I took things from. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was a criminal. Maybe I lost my memory as some sort of punishment.
No, that's not what I meant.
I don't think that did her much good, sir.
But it should explains one thing. Look at these gloves. They're just the kind of person that would wear them.
Hey, that outfit!
It's what she was wearing when we found her. But we had to get her change out of it and put into hospital clothes, so that's why I have them.
You didn't want to start with that lady? There's something on this part here. Could it have something to do with how Kay lost her memory?
I'll send the outfit over to forensics later and see what they can find out.
Please do, detective.
Boy, they really are some thiefy clothes, huh? I'm a criminal?
You may be a great thief, but you've never committed a crime in your life. Rest assured, you are no criminal.
If you say so.
Perhaps we'd better leave it at there for now. Florence is a little straightforward.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could remember who you are. How do we know each other exactly?
Well, that is... How do I put it into words?
You're a prosecutor Edgeworth's assistant.
I am? So, a prosecutor is the head of some great thief network then?
No, not quite.
We last saw Kay 2 days ago. Perhaps we should try to figure out what she's been doing since then. Was the pin the only item on a person when you received her, Nurse Needler? Yeah, Kay, you're not a great thief based on your track record. It's okay. It's worse, Kay. You're a thief cosplayer.
There were a few other things, but I doubt any of it will be much use to you.
I'll be the judge of that. Could you please show them to us?
All right then. In no particular order, I present...
A jamming ninja mask? Was she at a show or something?
Oh, yes. We remember. Kay likes the jamming ninja instead of the steel samurai. Dear Kay from Rosie. Don't worry, I'll make sure you precious thing back. A letter. And it's addressed to Kay. Next, a ticket stub. And finally, big building. April 4th at 7:28 p.m. Students $6 admission. Limited to the day of purchase. Non-refundable. Okay.
A fake flower. The kind people like to spruce up their bathrooms with, too.
It's a corsage, detective. And they're usually worn by women. Was Kay on a date? Oh no. No, Kay, you can't. You're too young to go on a date. You can't do this. It's worse, Kay. You'll see the new Fallout today. No, we usually watch the newest Fallout on Mondays. So, we watched the one where, like, Maximus and Cooper meet up at the end. Without specifics getting into that.
And that's it. So, anything useful in there?
Wait, I'll hold off on the new chatter. I appreciate it. Yeah, Monday is like our catch-up day because we've reached the point where we've watched so many shows that they come out with new seasons and we have to, like, set a day aside just to catch up on all the shows. And so Fallout's in that list right now, along with, what, Jujutsu Kaisen, Trigun, Stargazer, and Oshinoko, and then eventually Frieren. It's fine, it's not spring yet. Yeah, spring's gonna be crazy. I need to get better at that. It's fair. Spring season's so freaking stacked. Like, because of all the shows we watch, I think we have like 7 or 8 shows we have to catch up on during that. I'm behind on my audiobook since I haven't driven into work for almost a week. That's fair. I'm like 8 or 9 chapters into the sequel to Will of the Many, Strength of the Few. I've been enjoying it. It's kind of cray-cray, but I can't even get into why unless you've read the first book, so. I have 7,000 or 8,000. Okay.
Kind of hard to tell, frankly. I'm not really seeing the connection between any of them.
I should take a closer look at each piece later when I have a chance. Jamming ninja mask. Made of cheap plastic. Kay was carrying a letter. It's addressed to her. Stub from the granting entry to the viewing platform. Top of the big building. And magenta flower. Do you know what's extra, like, disconcerting? I know that isn't the case, but the corsage implies date in normal context, right? And didn't we, like, last case, we're like, oh, Eustace is the same age as Kay, and then we're like, oh no, please don't put them together. And then the next case, Kay lost her memory and had a corsage with her. You know, it's just like unfortunate. Sorry, my reread of the first book. Did enjoy the latest Dresden, though. My daily driving to and from work is 35 to 40 minutes. Feel like I need a flow chart for book 2. It's getting easier for me, Bubbles, I will say. They're just doing such different things without getting into specifics. I'm enjoying it, but it is something where I'm like almost maybe the physical copy has like an image for each POV change. In fairness, I feel like amnesia is one of the few ways to explain a girl dating Eustace. I had no idea if I've been doing dates wrong this whole time. I mean... Alright. I need to get back into this.
How do we get Kay's memory back? We can't just let her stay like this forever.
Calm down, detective. I have an idea.
You do? I knew you'd come to the rescue, sir. So what is it?
Exaggerating, and the naming conventions are helping me separate them. It's true. Look closely at the ticket stub.
Oh, it's for the viewing platform at the top of the big building.
The big building? You know the place?
Everybody knows it, silly. It's the hottest date spot in town. They say that if a couple holds hands while they're up there, they'll stay together forever. Tee-hee.
Oh no! More confirmations. I don't like this at all. This is yesterday's date, and the ticket is only valid on the date specified.
Plus, it's a stub. Means she used it, right?
Oh my god, Gumshoe made an observation that was correct, guys. He's improving. That's unfair. He does that on occasion. It's just funny. Holding hands together forever like Thelma and Louise. I think it's a distinct possibility. Well, shall we go and see what we can find?
Now? Just like that?
The only way to figure out how Kay lost her memory is to retrace her steps.
But what about your thing with the committee?
It's not for a little while yet. We have time. Oh no. Well, time to go on a date with Gumshoe. I mean, investigate. That's true. Gumshoe gets to be our assistant this time because it's not an official case where he has to go do stuff at Eustace's whim.
Great. So, can I leave with Kay with you?
That would be for the best, but you don't mind, do you, Kay?
Oh, of course not. Thank you. Alrighty then, back to work I go. If you need anything, feel free to give me a holler at Hertz Hospital, okay? I can come running with a syringe or 3, wherever you might happen to be.
Yes, thank you. I doubt we'll be needing that particular service. Florence, I'm just gonna leave this patient with you, okay? Yeah. Now then, detective, shall we get going? You too, Kay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, of course.
You know, I assumed Francisca shows up in this game, you know, because it just seemed likely. I'm guessing it's at this rate, it's probably going to be in the final case. But I could see her showing up in this one, considering she is friends with Kay. Like, they kind of, like, bonded in the last game, so. Phoenix still better than Hottie. She's a whole Sprite set. Be a waste not to.
So according to this pamphlet, the big building is 50 stories high. It's all of offices inside, so viewing platform at the top is the only part that's open to the public, just to make it convenient because we don't want to go through the rest of the building. Oh god, who's up in the top left corner there? Are you just a random NPC? Or are you a cameo? I guess we'll find out in a second. Here, this one's for you, sir. We're handing them out for free in the ticket area. How very kind of you, detective. Alright, got a pamphlet. Alright, I think it's time we headed inside. Look out, the big building, it's about to fall! What? We gotta do something. No, please. Oh, wait a minute. Really? What's her name? It's Penny, isn't it? Yeah, because there's a play on change. Her name was Penny Nichols or something like that. Yeah, Kid is an actual character. And yeah, it's Penny. Yeah, the cow character, he showed up in the last case, didn't he? Like, vaguely? He was in the... Because I remember there being, like, a overly distinct-looking child in the museum. Yepers? Okay, cool. Memory, good. I did it. He looks like a ladybug with his sweater. I'm gonna... No, please, I'm begging you, stop. It's no good.
What are we doing here?
It's no good. Without fresh milk, my thoughts just aren't getting through to him.
Hey, CJ.
What's happening here? What's going on with the building? Just stay calm and talk to me, kid.
Cut. I'm so sorry. We're shooting a movie. Could you,
Ah, yes, I thought as much. Should have known because Penny is here. Forgive our intrusion. We'll get out of your way, detective.
Oh, sorry. Really had me there for a second.
Where are the cameras, Penny?
Yeah, whatevers. Hey, director guy, can we take 5? I can't work under these conditions.
I'm so sorry. Oh, gosh. So they stopped the building from falling down? That's good.
I wish we had time to explain, but maybe later. Come along, you two. Let's make ourselves scarce. Oh my god. There's a lot going on in this area. Thunder cloud. Cloud of suspicion. Rain cloud. Storm of something, I'm assuming. This is the viewing platform. Oh, so we up in the sky. Ooh, we getting cotton candy.
Yeah. Whoa, get a load of that face. Feel the sun on your face. Get a load of that view. Feel the sun on your face.
I do that sometimes. My brain will combine lines because I don't know. Anyway.
The wind! It's very strong up here.
That's okay. You just stand behind me or Mr. Edgeworth here. We're both more than big enough to keep the breeze away.
Speak for yourself. I am like a sheet of paper will blow away in the breeze. Well, okay. Does this place bring back any memories?
I'm not sure. Have I really been up here before?
Perhaps simply encouraging her to talk will help. Okay, please. Any thoughts or feelings that come to mind might be a clue we can use.
All right. I don't know if this will be of any help, but...
Oh, we're doing testimony? Okay. What I remember.
I still can't be sure if I've even been here before. It's so high up, and the wind is so strong. It's terrifying. I don't remember. I just don't remember anything. It's no good. I'm so sorry.
No dice, huh?
I'm sorry, I feel so useless. I know I'm supposed to have all these memories, but I just can't remember.
You have amnesia, Kay. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Listen, sir, maybe just as once try not to be so intimidating, okay? Or, at the very least, don't use your trademark glare on her.
Nobody asked for your opinion, detective. Okay, I just realized. Okay, let's go in here and actually look at the things that I got. So we got the pin. I don't see anything special going on here. It's the pin Kay always wears. It's shaped like the mark of the Atagarasu, and it's very eye-catching indeed. I can't imagine any thief other than Kay would want to wear it. Okay, does it have any, like... Is there, like, blood on it? Nope. Okay. The mask... I can't even look at. Oh yeah, the note. Dear Kay, don't worry, I'll make sure you get your precious thing back. Rosie. Okay. Do we know a Rosie? Why did my brain think I should know a Rosie, but I can't pinpoint it? Okay. Yeah, that's what we saw before. We have the flower, and then we have the pamphlet. So, the viewing platform, there's a big tree, and there's the cotton candy tent, I assume. I arrived to new crime. Hey, Captain! Yeah, we haven't gone very far, but Kay has amnesia, and we're trying to jog her memory on what happened to her. Alright, tree. Stand. That's the way in, and that's the stage, I guess? Yeah, okay. Rosie is basic pun name, but I believe for this case it's a character we don't know. Welcome. Okay. Well, let's press her, I guess.
Hold it!
Well, this ticket stub says otherwise.
But I don't remember coming here at all. I can't even imagine wanting to come here. It's so high up and the wind's so strong, it's terrifying.
There is not yet evidence of a crime, except for the theory that Kay might have went out with Eustace. That is a crime, it's true. Kay, use the two love places like this, though.
But am I really her? I feel dizzy just taking a look around. I don't even think anyone should be allowed up here. What if an old person fell? Or a child? It doesn't bear thinking about.
There's a fence around us, and it's plenty high. There's really no need to worry.
If you say so.
I just don't remember anything. Okay.
If nothing is coming to mind, then just take a look around.
Do you recognize anything? Anything at all? Oh, is that flower gonna be from that hedge?
Let's see. Cherry blossoms.
Go on.
I was standing under the cherry tree. Yes, I was trying to stay out of the rain. It was raining, I remember now. And there was a red something.
So it was raining. She was underneath the cherry tree. And she saw something red from where she stood, but what?
Was it something I said?
No, but if you could add that testimony, we can explore it further. Under the tree, I think I saw something red. Okay.
Hold it!
This something red. Can you tell me any more about it?
I'm not sure. It was just red. Thing. That's all I can say.
What can we see nearby that's red? Was it the concession stand over there, perhaps?
A stand. A red concession stand. Yes, I think it was that was what. I think that was it. Somebody was walking towards me from beyond it.
And then what happened?
Then, I'm sorry.
That's all right. If you could just add what you've told us to your testimony. Oh no. Wait, okay. So, a person approached her from the prologue in a raincoat, which tracks with her statement that it was raining, right? Now, she saw a red thing, and we're saying it's the concession stand, but if you recall, in the very first case, there was a red raincoat. And who was wearing the red raincoat, guys? Shelly, what are you doing? Okay, it might not be Shelly, but I'm just saying. This is my crazy theory currently, because connecting the dots. Okay. Continuing on. There was someone walking towards me from beyond the concession stand. All right. Press.
Hold it.
The stand in question is the one behind you, correct?
That's right. I remember the red color. And the person walking towards me from beyond it. I saw it all from under the cherry tree.
I prefer Shelly over a knockoff Lotta. Fair enough. Although, I don't believe the raincoat in the prologue image was red, so I think that's where my theory falls apart a little bit, but... Oh, my computer needs to be plugged in. 1 second. Could this be an enemy stand? Tabby is a better person than Lotta, thus I can agree with the designation of knockoff Lotta. Okay. Tell me something. This person you keep mentioning, could not see their face, or did you simply not know who they were?
I'm sorry. I'm just not sure.
So all we have to go on this person walking towards her is beyond the concession stand. And the fact that she saw this from beneath the cherry tree. Okay. So her seeing it is what's weird, I assume. I feel like it only can be this, but I don't remember why. So... I guess if someone approached her, they would have to walk across... I can't tell if that's supposed to be, like, part of the stage. Or if the implication is that those squares are blocking it. She saw someone on the far side of the stand. I see what you mean. Okay. From beyond the concession stand. Okay.
Objection!
I guess the only way that would work is that if she wasn't under the tree, or she's misunderstanding what she saw, I guess. You'll say that you saw someone over there beyond the stand, and that they were walking toward you. Or the character was flying, JK.
Yes, I can see them getting closer.
Are you sure it wasn't a ghost?
No, it was a person. I'm sure of it.
Edgeworth, don't be like... Are you sure it wasn't a ghost? He's being so smug about being able to find a contradiction in the amnesia girl's story. Like, come on. But from where you were standing, anyone you saw from the other side of the concession stand would have been floating in mid-air, hundreds of feet above the ground. Or behind the counter of the concession stand. I think this is why I didn't immediately understand what they were getting at. Like, I assumed it was some kind of, like, blocking line of sight thing, or her story wouldn't match with, like, the zone, but... So how on earth could they have been... It had been a person?
I don't... I'm not lying, I promise.
Oh, God. That's heartbreaking.
Somebody read the stand. Somebody read, and they were on the other side. They were walking toward me, getting closer and closer. And then they...
Oh, shit. I told you psychic damage.
Kay, what's the matter? You're all right. You're all right. We're here. Whatever it is, it can't hurt you.
I was pushed. I fell by a person in... yes, a red raincoat.
Okay, it was a red raincoat. A person in a red raincoat who could walk on air? And who supposedly pushed her off the building? None of this makes any sense. Not the least of which nobody could fall from this height and survive. Kay remembers a person coming from beyond the concession stand and pushing her off the building. Hi.
Attention, everyone. Please stay right where you are.
What's wrong?
What's wrong, officer? I'm Detective Gumshoe. Mind filling me in? Yes, sir. A body's been discovered here in the building, sir.
Uh-oh.
A body?
Whose body exactly?
Not sure. We're still working on it, but what we do know is that the victim is a young woman.
Uh-oh.
And that her name is Kay.
Uh-oh. Oh my god, she does have a secret twin! Smugly walk on air? Are you sure it wasn't a ghost? Though, if anybody in Ace Attorney could moonwalk, the One Piece technique that Saji uses, it would be Shelly. That's true. What the blazing? To be continued. Damn. Okay. Man. So usually the fourth case is a shorter one, at least in terms of Ace Attorney games. I'm trying to remember what the fourth case was in Investigations. It would have been the one after the Blue Badger. Because the first one was in his office. The second one was on the plane. The third one was the amusement park. What was the fourth one? Why did my brain... Oh, the fourth one was the flashback case. Right, with Francisca. And then the fifth one was the actual, like, whole to-do with the president. Okay. Yeah, so... Usually it's like a character-driven shorter case, so... Already off to a good start. Case solved. You mistook some poor hospitalized girl for a thief and gaslit her into believing she was there. The end. Oh. Yeah, no, that's not K, guys, you dumbasses. All right, April 5th. But they're gonna accuse her because she's holding something in her hand that says that she's K. And then they're gonna be like, oh, she's holding she like wrote the name of her killer or something. It's Faye Caraday. April 5th, Committee of Prosecutor. Oh God, it's inside the committee office. Damn. It's time for the Mayaning. Yeah. What the? This room. Oh, we're gonna lose our badge for sure by the end of this case. Right? That's the progression. The committee's gonna take our badge away, and then the 5th case, we fight to get it back. It's a rite of passage. Technically, K's already been Maya'd before, but it wasn't to the whole case length. Officer, isn't this...
Yes, sir. This is the trial chamber of the Committee for the Prosecutorial Excellence. So it's here now?
I knew they'd move out of the prosecutor's building, but I had no idea they'd come here. Okay, it's been added to the pamphlet. Okay.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth and K2.
Oh dear. That's a look.
How are you doing? Is Kay feeling better?
We heard there was some kind of incident. I'm sorry, but who might this be?
This is my grandma. Hold on a second. Her name is Hilda Hertz, Sonny. And who the heck might you be? Ahem.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service. Yes, when I said older lady, you probably thought I meant mature. No, it gives old Bag a run for her money. Actually, I completely believed it was going to be a grandma lady, but she's gone full tilt hardcore into Japanese grandmother territory. Florence Needler, fan script name Karen Jensen, and Hilda Hertz, fan script name Bonnie Young. I think the new names are better. I understand a little bit where they came from for the previous ones. Nurse Needler, your grandmother, Hertz, is she?
Yup, she's the director of Hertz Hospital.
This old woman is the head of the hospital. Women do things in I know that's not what Miles means. I just feel like he's like, women? What are women doing? Why are women out to get me in this game?
Don't old fogey me, ya danged reprobate. Ahem.
How did she do that?
Whoa, sounds like you're kind of a big deal, ma'am. Heh.
Oh, that's not true. Ahem. Not wrong. Not wrong at all. Him? He's the one looking after the girl. The one with amnesia.
It seems Dr. Hertz is a bit of an introvert.
Want me to fix those brows furrows of yours, old Sonny?
Oh, there's no fixing those, ma'am. They're downright incurable.
Something tells me that she's gonna like Gumshoe.
Oh, you're sure you want me to say that, Grandma? Well, all right then. Now, I don't got a dang more thing to say to none of y'all. You go on about your business, you hear? As long as that business don't involve messing with that deceased body, I got work to do.
Wait, please,
Not a danged thing, I tell ya.
I liked the idea that she's just like a very prim nurse lady, and she just says all her grandmother's slain lines, but in like a way where she doesn't know how to emphasize correctly. Just what we need, more elderly women sweating, looking at both ageism and sexism on it. At least this one's not hitting on him. There is that. Do you think she stores something in her bun? Like, does she have some kind of like, oh my god, what if she's the one who does it and then her bun like untwists and explodes and there's like, I don't know, something inside? I don't know what it would be. Oh, she slapped it.
Oh, didn't I mention Grandma is also a coroner? She's in charge of this case, which means, ouch! Which means exactly that. Ahem.
What do you mean? Exactly what?
How am I supposed to know? She said it, not me.
Bun gun. Emergency stress ball. She's being hip with the elders.
Huh?
Oh, wait.
Huh? It's like I'm trapped in a comedy routine I can't escape.
Well, we've got a body to be looking at. Catch you later, gang, and take care.
Oh, there's a fallen candelabra there, I see.
What the heck is their deal?
What does it matter, as long as we have permission to investigate?
What does it matter? It matters a bunch, sir.
What will you do now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Examine the scene of the crime, of course. What kind of prosecutor would I be if I didn't? All right, let's get to work. I see domestic abuse runs in the family.
That person over there is called Kay, right? Surely that means I can't be Kay, you know.
That's what we're looking to figure out. But don't worry. You're the Kay we know. I'm certain of it.
Thanks.
A Kay who's lost her memory, and a victim who shares her name. Both meeting their respective fates here at the big building. No doubt this case will be the key to restoring all Kay's memories. I'd stake my life on it. Okay. If her name is indeed Kay, I don't necessarily believe that, but if that's the route they're going, and it was like a mistaken identity thing, which is the reason why Kay got attacked first, I don't know where I'm going with this thought process. I don't think that's the angle we're going with here. I think it's just like they're dumb and they have a thing that says Kay's name on it and they think it's her name, but then it's going to turn out to be her name and then she's going to get accused of the crime. But like, regardless, if there was like an assassination attempt, I'm going to tell you something now. The case is both case 4 and case 5. Ah, okay then. Good to know. It's going to take a lot of turns. I believe you. All right. No doubt this case will be the key to restoring our Kay's memories. I'd stake my life on it. Begin investigation. Okay. Well, you know, an enormous semicircle desk was seating in 11 almost reminds me of a certain legend.
I know the one, sir. The Knights of the Brown Table, right?
Oh my god, Edgeworth. Or Jumpshoe.
Whoops, guess it wasn't. Newts of the Brown Table. The Knives of the Brown Stable.
Further and further from the mark. But I'll refrain from rubbing his nose in it for now. K for a day. More turns in a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Wait, more turns in a game of MTG. She, without looking closely, she kind of reminds me of, the lady, what is her name? Emma's sister. Lana Sky. I'm like, oh my god, this would be such a wild time to bring Lana back.
Sorry, but we're kind of busy right now. Grandma's looking at the body. You stay the heck out of my way, you hear? Ahem. So, could you give us a few more minutes?
Of course. We'll come back and examine the body ourselves later after she's done. More turns of the Big Show in the 2000s. Okay. Hey, dude. Why don't you talk to us? Tell us things. Officer, tell me about the security arrangements for this room.
Yes, sir. We need a special key card to enter, sir.
Interesting. So not just anybody can enter.
In which case, the person who discovered the body would have been...
Yes, sir. A member of the committee. They found it when they arrived for today's hearing.
A hearing. My hearing. Which would have been underway right now if it wasn't for this. Oh. Damn. Did Shelly kill one of the committee for us? Because that would be wild. He did try to help us in the first case. Not that they really would have, like, long-term helped us, but I don't know. If things had gone as they were meant to, I'd be standing at this podium right now.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? I'm glad the hearing got delayed, but I wish it wasn't because someone died.
Although, it would have been much harder to investigate had my badge been taken away. Intrigue. The best thing I can do right now for all parties involved is to get the truth behind this incident. I wonder, if you get disbarred as a prosecutor, would that just mean you're disbarred as a lawyer in general, or can you be a defense attorney? Are there different rules for that? I know that the Phoenix Wright world doesn't follow normal lawyer rules, but, like, my assumption is if you get barred, you're just barred from practicing law at all. But I don't know. I'm trying to think if it comes up. Because the game seems to imply if he loses his prosecutor's badge, he can just be a defense attorney. Like, that's kind of the vibe that they've been kind of laying out, but... like, Phoenix just takes care of that between games 4 and 5. Yeah, it's true.
Can't be easy reading books of that size, or lifting them for that matter.
And the committee only just moved. It must have been quite an undertaking. Moving books is no joke. They're so fucking heavy to move. Like...
hauling stuff around is kind of my forte. They should give me a call.
Yeah, well, if we run into the chairman, I'll be sure to ask if there's any more heavy lifting to be done.
I was joking, sir. I can't be carrying stuff up 50 flights of stairs. I have a real job to do.
I was joking too, Detective. But why were you planning to take the stairs? Gee, I wonder if all that blood is relevant. There's also a statue of justice. It's a statue of the goddess of justice.
You sure know your stuff, sir. So, does she dole out blessings or what?
She's not that kind of goddess, Detective. She's a symbol of the sanctity of law. The scales represent justice, the sword retribution, and the blindfold to show her impartiality. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Golly gee whiz. I wonder what is here that could catch my attention. Like, is this necessary? Okay. There's a pool of blood here at the foot of the statue. You don't say. Judging by the amount and how it's spread, I'd say this is where the victim was killed. Could be anything. Oh dear, she spilled her V8. It is quite, like, bright colored. Someone really lost all their ketchups for their fries. The poor snake she's stepping on. Yeah.
But the body's on the table behind us, sir. How come?
I can only surmise the killer must have moved it for some reason after committing the murder. True, because if they had moved it, people would be pissed. Like, that didn't do the crime. I mean, they'd be pissed anyway, but you know. Sorry to intrude. Okay. Who is this?
It's Franny!
Awesome.
Who are you? Huh? What's that, Grandma?
My healing potion.
I'd know that voice anywhere. That Von Karma little girl. Oh, so you know each other.
It has been too long, Grandma Hertz.
And you as well,
Miles Edgeworth. What is she doing here? Franny versus Granny, go. Franziska von Karma. She is the daughter of Manfred von Karma and a prosecutor like myself. These days, she's mainly been working with Interpol, though I thought she was supposed to be abroad. Don't look so surprised. Where my investigation leads, I follow, no matter where in the world that may be. Which means there must have been some kind of international angle to this case, yes? You know full well that I've been pursuing a certain smuggling ring. Oh. And that I won't rest until it's destroyed and its ill-gotten goods recovered. Oh, so is the prosecutorial excellence connected to the smuggling ring? So the smuggling ring is involved then? That information is to be shared on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. I see she means to be as helpful as ever.
Miss Von Karma, was it? Grandma wants to tell you something. I'm about done here. Scene's all yours.
In that case, we'd like to examine the body ourselves too, if you wouldn't mind.
I mind plenty. I remember where I heard about you now, ya danged varmint. You don't need no soon-to-be ex-prosecutor messing the place up. Go on, git. Just remember it's not me saying this stuff, okay? Please, Granny, it's important. Who you calling Granny, little missy? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
This is going nowhere. I didn't want to have to do this, but... Franziska, I need you to add us to the investigation. We have to see that body up close, or we'll never learn the truth about what happened to Kay. As in, Kay Faraday.
Please, you gotta help us out. Kay needs us.
Yeah, Franny, do it. Help us. I don't know what you're up to, but very well. Yay! Thank you. You won't regret it. Of course. I expect to receive a full explanation when I grill you later.
We owe you, sir. Big time.
I wasn't talking to you, Scruffy. Aww. I can't believe I missed Franziska. But I did.
Well, Grandma Hertz, will you allow them to examine the body?
I ain't about
to say no to an international big shot like yourself, hun. But are you sure about this? Yeah, I agree with Grandma. Are you sure you're sure?
Of course I'm sure. It is my prerogative to judge the whole world in my name. That's just common sense. Franziska is good character. It helps when she's not a replacement for Edgeworth, but a character who can bounce off him. Yeah, that's the main thing, right? Franziska with Miles is great. Franziska versus Phoenix Wright is not maybe as compelling, I guess. Like, it says a lot that, like, at the end of the second game, it's not Phoenix that goes to see her. It's Miles. And he's like, don't give up being a prosecutor. You need to, like, stick it out or whatever. And gives her whip, maybe, I think. I don't fully remember what it was. It was a nice moment, though. I remember that. Okay. She's always going to suffer from being a prosecutor right after Edgeworth with her relationship with Phoenix. It's true. Of the extremely arrogant sort, perhaps.
Suit yourself, but don't say I didn't warn ya. Well, you heard her. Try not to get fired, okay?
Don't worry.
I'll take a lot more than that to ruin my reputation should things turn sour.
Unlike me, who's on the verge of losing my badge. Like, Blackwell versus Phoenix was fine because there was so much game between. It's true. Well, and, like, the thing with Blackwell is it was Blackwell versus, like, the entire office. It wasn't just Blackwell versus Phoenix. Blackwell versus Phoenix, right? Like, you're only Phoenix versus him for, like, what, like, the first and last case? I think. Maybe also the fourth case. I can't remember right now. Because the second case you're Apollo and the third case you're Athena. But I don't fully remember the context of the fourth one, so. So he was just a good prosecutor in general, instead of having like an adversarial relationship with one of them, even though he was more personally known to one of them. Sixth case is Edgeworth, I believe, for fan service. Because the sixth case... No, because the sixth case in that one is the whale one, right? Is Edgeworth the prosecutor in the whale case? I don't remember. He does show up in the game. Like, he's like the mock trial prosecutor. Because, yeah, he was the prosecutor in the whole mock trial where they do the thing with Apollo and Athena, so. It's been a while, yeah. I don't actually remember who the prosecutor was in that case, so. I didn't think it was Miles, though, because the big deal was when Miles came back to be the prosecutor in the case in Spirit of Justice, so. Anyway. Unlike me, who's on the verge of losing my badge. Begin investigation. Francisca! Let's go talk to her first.
Yes, that is it.
Francisca.
What are you doing here, Francisca? I thought you were working abroad on something with Interpol. Wouldn't you like to know? That's top secret, and I have neither the need nor the obligation to tell you.
I thought she'd say as much.
Anyway, never mind that. Where is the prosecutor in charge of the case? Not that I know who's been assigned, but I was hoping they'd take care of the legwork for me.
I assume Eustace is going to be the prosecutor and Francisca. Oh my god. Francisca, I need you to whip Eustace into shape, okay? Like, take none of his bullshit. If anyone can deal with him, it's her, right? Like, this is what she's for.
Yet they haven't even bothered to show up. What in the world could they be doing?
Ouch! I'm not the prosecutor keeper, sir.
It's hardly fair to whip people who don't deserve it, Francisca. What use is a whip if I don't use it, And who's better to use it on than anybody who isn't giving 110%?
I may not know who's been assigned yet either, but a high 110% feel for them already. I don't. Unless it's not Eustace, then fair.
I couldn't help but notice that you seem to be acquainted with Dr. Hertz. How very astute of you, Miles Edgeworth. Yes, I know her. Once upon a time, never mind.
She doesn't seem to keep keen to talk about it. Perhaps I'd better leave it for now.
What happened, sir? What happened to Once Upon a Time? You can't not tell us now.
It's extra. It throws me off now Because I know Gumshoe also calls Francisca sir. And it totally fitting. But now Gumshoe is calling both of them sir at the same time, and it's a little like, oh, Case, which sir are you talking to?
Youch! Only a foolish fool foolishly pries another person's business. Now, hold your tongue, Scruffy, or you'll get more than your mere tongue lashing.
It's a bit late for that.
Spell the VIP, spoiled child. A VIP, you say it saves 9. Don't you go to school, you VIP-less wonder. Eek!
Yes, it seems that leaving it alone was the right choice after all. God, I'm awful at German accents, but we're making do. Okay. I'm gonna assume I'll come back to her if we need to, but let's go investigate the body. Promises K. Okay, so you're probably Rosie then. Oh my god, was Kay on a date with a girl? I should have known. Our daughter has a girlfriend. Or had, I guess. Damn, that looks like a pretty nasty, what is that, burn scar on her hand? Look, the secret to access is just to give up and go for it, or be Donnie. Very fair.
Well, one thing's for certain. This isn't Kay. She doesn't even look like her.
I think we knew that already, Detective. Our Kay's standing right over there, after all. Hey, wait, what now? We're saying you're good at accents, Donnie. That was a compliment. Is dating the theme of this case? Is that what Francisca didn't say earlier? The victim looks to be in her 30s. Oh my god. No, you're too old for our Kay. Although, maybe Kay's just into older women. I don't know. Accept cringe, be free, be awful. Very fair. If you're not doing bad accents at Ace Attorney live dub, are you even trying? That's true. I was zoned out and tabbed out, and suddenly my ears were burning. Very fair. Honestly, we all aspire to be the Black Butler English dub, where they just like embrace giving everyone accents to the hells and back to varying degrees of success, but they commit, so I appreciate it, you know? The victim looks to be in her 30s. She's wearing a white suit. Could she worked in one of the offices here in the building? Perhaps, but now she remains unidentified. Wait, oh, Gumshoe read that last line.
Could be she worked in the offices here in the building?
Perhaps, but now she remains unidentified. The question is, why did the police seem to think her name was Kay? Because they're dumbasses. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Okay, well, let's look at the candelabra first.
Think there could be a murder weapon?
A 3-armed candelabra. The victim suffered the same number of puncture wounds on the chest. Whew, brutal. Puncture wounds that could very well have been made by these spikes.
A candle. Album.
Gumshoe. Appreciate that, Chris. That German werewolf arc was so good. It was excellent. They did such a good job. Honestly, it was pretty amazing. What was it specifically? If two characters understood each other, they would speak in a German accent to each other to denote that they were speaking German. But if one of the characters did not understand German, then the character who's speaking German spoke in German, and then the character who was speaking in English would speak in English, and it was a good time. I think that was an excellent way to do that. Not quite, Detective. A candelabrum. A candle holder, in other words.
Ah, gotcha. That reminds me. I forgot to pay my electricity bill once in a while back. I had to live by candlelight for a whole month.
A whole month? Gumshoe. Jesus Christ. Who does that in this day and age? Like, whatever your feelings about the police, one would assume they make enough of a salary that they can, and he's a bachelor. He doesn't even have like a full family that he has to like care for. So it makes you think, what exactly is his salary? Or if his salary is like more comparable to normal. Hey now, that's a glass half empty scenario. Alright. Okay, well, she's bleeding from her head. She's got the 3 puncture wound. She's got a corsage. Or, it's the one that goes in your pocket. What is it, a boutonniere? I think that's the name of the one that goes in your pocket. Pretty sure Gumshoe is officially listed as volunteer at this point. At this point, is there any salary left to Carnage? I'm proud of Gumshoe that he manages his no salary well enough. He's only had to live without electricity for 1 month. Very fair. Okay.
The victim's hair is caked in blood. Looks like she was hit with something, huh?
Unfortunately, it's too early to say for certain. An answer will turn up as we investigate further. There's something pinned to the jacket here. A piece of magnetic fabric.
Whatever it was, it sure looks like it was torn off pretty roughly.
Oh, and okay, so it's part of the thing that we have. Because look what it's missing. Anyway. Yeah, there's a deduce. That's fine. We're going to look at everything else first.
It doesn't look as if there's anything in the chest pocket.
Nothing except the holes right there.
By the looks of how the fabric was torn, I think it was pierced by something sharp.
Can't keep your coins in there now. They'd all fall out.
Have you never heard of a change purse, Detective?
Sure I have. It's another word for a pocket, right?
I give up.
A pure white jacket with the deep red stains on the lapels. This jacket, the buttons are on the wearer's right-hand side.
What's so weird about that? Buttons always go on the right, no?
Not on women's clothing. Traditionally, the buttons would be on the left.
Oh, right. That is a thing, isn't it?
Like I always say, sir, you sure know your stuff.
This is common knowledge, Detective. Nothing else seems amiss.
I was pointing at the blood on her hand, but okay.
Wait, what's this in her in the pocket?
A pair of gloves, also white.
They don't seem to be soiled in any way. I imagine they must have belonged to the victim.
Look, maybe she just wanted to wear prince attire, you know? She had to be Kay's prince. It seems she suffered a serious burn on her hand at some point. Okay, so that is a burn. I thought so.
You think it's something to do with how she died?
No, the scar's too old for that. I would imagine it happened some time ago. Now I'm trying to think of any fires we're aware of that happened in the past. I don't think we have any currently, but...
She's holding something. Detective, could you open her hand for me?
Yes, sir, right away.
What is that? Wait. I know.
It's a loyalty card, probably for the store. Ouch! It's a key card. Why, sir, why?
The question we should be asking is does it open?
I mean, the room, I assume.
This book.
What the? That's Kay's promise notebook.
All right, from the first game. Oh, right, when she was a baby.
It's where she wrote down all her promises she made to her dad. Haven't seen this in a while.
Indeed. Kay's promises to Daddy. Promise 1, never take things from a stranger. Promise 2, never go anywhere with a stranger. A book of vows made by a child to a father. Promise 3, always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Promise 4, never cry in front of strangers. Promise 5, always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. I refuse to believe Edgeworth acknowledges women enough to know the distinction between male and female clothing. No, he knows it because of fashion, not because of women, obviously. He probably found clothes in the female section that he really liked, but then he found out that that was, like, the female clothes section, so he had to pass on it in his mind, even though he could totally wear female clothes. I say female clothes, you know what I mean. But what exactly is it doing here?
Oh, I just remembered something Detective Bad told me a few years ago. He said something precious to Kay that had disappeared from the station.
What? Evidence went missing from the police custody.
Detective Bad said he looked for it everywhere, but no dice.
What could this mean? And why did it turn up here of all places? Who would... Okay, that feels like... Okay, if someone took Kay's notebook years ago, mind you, one would assume during the Yatakarasu case in the past, that's a long-ass time to keep that piece of evidence to use it now to frame her. Assuming that's what's going on here. Good lord. Okay. Okay. Also, longer than keeping a frozen body. Fair. That was like unintentional though, right? Like no one was trying to keep the frozen body. Well, that's not entirely true, but regardless. You know, that's the other thing. I'm sure it's going to come up in either this case or case 5, since they're apparently both the same case, but more. Is we still don't know the identity of the sons from that case, right? Like Gusto's son and Artie's son are both MIA, right? So chances are those will get revealed at some point. Otherwise, why even have that plot point? Now, is this one of the sons? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe we're assuming it's a girl and it's actually a boy. Or maybe one of the sons became a daughter. I don't know. We'll find out. What do we know about this notebook, officer?
The victim was holding it when they found her, sir. It was the only thing with any kind of name on it at the time.
So that's how she became Kay.
Talk about a red herring. Still doesn't explain how she ended up with it, though.
If only we had a few more leads on the victim's true identity. Okay, anyway, we deduce... Could this be related to something in my evidence drawer? It sure can. Judging by the appearance, I'd say that the flower Kay was carrying originally belonged to the victim. Oh no, we're making the connections for the cops to put Kay as the person who did it.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it does look like it's made out of the same fabric.
Indeed, let's make a closer comparison.
Its torn edges match up exactly. You got one heck of an eye, sir.
the flower belonged to the victim. This implies a connection between the victim and Kay Faraday. Furthermore, it appears that the flower was torn off with considerable force. Carrie Faraday was involved in the incident somehow, and based on what we're seeing here, we may have no choice but to treat her as our main suspect.
What? But there's no way she could have done this. I can't even begin to imagine. There isn't a murderous bone in her body.
Nevertheless, we lack evidence to disprove such an assertion. I appreciate that Francisca was like, I have no choice but to call her the main suspect right now. She didn't sound like she's like, oh yeah, she totally did it. She's just more like, this is how it's looking right now, just so you know.
For the moment, we're simply considering all the possibilities. Isn't that right, Miles Edgeworth?
For better or worse, yes. Francisca, you've grown. Okay, anyway, we finished that. We got some logic to put together, I assume. Yeah, the room security, we found a key card. We assume these go together. Oh, I'm so sorry if that was loud. I smacked the mic by accident with my controller. I would imagine that the victim's key card probably grants access to the room, wouldn't you?
Let me go find out, sir. I'm back. They found some details on the key card in the security system. It's for this room, just like you said.
So the victim was able to enter and exit this chamber freely.
Assuming that the keycard actually belongs to her, yes.
Indeed. Okay. Oh, that was the last thing. It seems we're no closer to discovering the identity of our victim.
Then am I really Kay? Can you be sure?
I mean, it's definitely not her, if anything else.
Of course we're sure. What are you talking about?
Thank you. And the person lying there?
Is someone you may have murdered. But that's all that we can say for now.
No, there's no way she did it. Isn't that right, sir?
Indeed. I don't believe that the Kay we know could have done something like this.
You're becoming a real softy, Mouse Edgeworth.
Well, look who it is again. Ugh, I know that voice. Oh no, is this Eustace? Yup, it sure is. It's okay. Zen. It's fine.
With a winning smile, the #1 name in the business, it is I, Prosecutor Eustace Winner.
At least Verity is also here. Even if she hates us.
Please, forgive the intrusion.
Step away from the body, Edgeworth. I didn't call for you, and I don't need you. This case is mine. It's what the victim would have wanted.
You knew the victim.
So it really is her. But be not afraid, everyone, for the goddess of justice will guide us to the truth.
Oh, Eustace, I'm glad you're here. Rawhide, start playing.
She sure will. Now I'm here, everything's going to be all right. Whoever did this will live to regret it. I'll show up.
It starts right away.
Miles Edgeworth, who's this imbecile?
Why am I getting the death glare? I've got nothing to do with him.
Francisca von Karma, I presume? My apologies. I should have introduced myself sooner. Verity Gavel, at your service.
Oh my god, they're both bowing to each other.
And the deceased in this case is...
Uzi Ringer, attorney at law, and a member of the Committee of the Prosecutorial Excellence.
Rosie Ringer. Okay then. Yes, this gives me life. I see. That would explain the key card. So you're the lead prosecutor. Fan name, Jill Crane. Jill Crane instead of Rosie Ringer. Okay. It's always it's odd for like the people who died, right? Because like they're less characters usually than the rest. There's some exceptions, of course, but
Yup, which means this case will be solved in. Aye!
You didn't tell me your name yet, little boy.
I'm pretty sure Francisca is like maybe a year older than him. How old is Francisca? She's 19. Okay, 2 years.
If you want to know my name, all you have to do is. Ow! Stop blabbering and tell me now. It's Eustace Winner.
I think we've established where the balance of power lies in this room, particular room.
Mr. Guy in charge. Here, this is from Grandma.
Yes, but in terms of intelligence, Francisca is roughly 10 times older than him. I mean, yes.
What's this? Oh, the preliminary findings. It looks like it's game over for you, Edgeworth.
This isn't a game, Mr. Winner.
All right, that's me done. See ya next stiff. Yeah, home time. I could murder a bowl of noodles right about now. We're out of here, everyone. Stay healthy.
Okay, then. Useless wiener.
Let's see. So the wound on her head is from when she fell over after she died?
Eustace.
It was the candle holder that killed her, huh? And she died sometime late last night. What now, Gavel?
It's very kind of you to share your coroner's findings with everybody, Eustace. But perhaps you should leave it there. We wouldn't want you to strain your voice after all. No, that would be a tragedy. Initial findings. Cause of death, stab wound to the chest, head injury sustained post-mortem. Okay, then.
Anyway, that settles it. We need to arrest Kay Faraday. What? What the heck are you talking about?
I think Eustace's meaning was very clear. Miss Faraday is the murderer. And although she is dressed differently than usual, this young lady covered in bandages is Miss Faraday herself, correct? You really mean to arrest her here and now? If you do, then I'll be forced to object loudly and forcefully. Now, would we want Kate to strain her voice? Nor would we want Katie to strain her voice. And if further confirmation is needed, there it is. The committee was right to call your conduct into question. It is questionable in the extreme. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, just go. It's fine.
Fine? This is anything but fine, Kay.
I still don't remember anything. So maybe I didn't do it. Maybe I killed that poor woman and I just don't remember.
Oh. The goddess smiles on those who confess their sins. It is her wish that our confessions cleanse us. Verity, just be cool. She applauds your commitment to the cause of justice, as do I. Judge Gavel, Eustace, if you really intend to arrest Kay, could you at least explain your grounds for doing so? I, for one, certainly don't intend to yield. Not until I've seen some evidence to support your accusations.
Then allow me. Prepare to be hit with a face full of deductive genius, Edgeworth.
Oh, no. Gavel, she has amnesia. She can't legally confess.
Exactly!
It feels like coercion. It's coercion at that point, right? Coercion. Yeah, I can't say words, apparently.
Why, I think Kay did it. They call it human race because somebody has to win it, and that somebody is me.
What a line. Okay. I've recovered.
I won this race, too. I saw it before anybody else did. Kay Faraday is a murderer, no doubt about it. She snuck into the committee chamber looking to do some of her trademark great thieving, which means that nobody but her could have killed Rosie Ringer. Deductive genius. That was a total mess.
And if Detective Gumshoe is saying that, you know it must be bad. I asked you to explain your grounds for arresting Kay, yet you have explained exactly nothing. True, but we haven't seen any proof of her innocence either.
It's alright, Kay. Mr. Edgeworth will pull off a miracle somehow. You just gotta believe in him.
My detections aren't acts of divine intervention, you know.
Well, Miss Edgeworth, I'd hate for you to disappoint me. But in the event you do, I will be sure to freely let you know.
I'm a little scared that Francisca and Verity are both in this case. Because I'm already shaky at accents at best, and I'm doing like a French side by side with a German. I feel like they're going to start melding, but we'll see. I think I've already kind of faded in and out of Verity's French accent, so. Okay. So I already know like the obvious answer here. It's that Kay doesn't have the key card to get in the room. So his thing here is silly. I say silly. They're going to have some reason why she could get in because she followed her in or whatever. But like regardless. For Gumshoe, I could believe he would think logic is divine sent. What? No, that never happens. Grumbles about the third game. Yeah. I'm afraid the French and the German are merging. I have so many jokes to make. Camel Francisca, we have become one. Are you familiar with this room, Mr. Winner? It certainly sounds like you are.
What can I say? Winners know where winners go. I'm number 1 and 2 and 3.
Like, I hate Eustace, but also he has lines like this that are just like so ridiculous. They're kind of funny. In other words, the majority of your work is second, if not third rate.
Why do you always have to make fun of me?
You can take it as a slight if you wish, but the fact remains that you seem to be unfamiliar with this key card. Number 1 and number 2, all grad.
Who do you take me for? Of course I'm familiar with it. You need one to get in here. Don't you? Have you no shame? Eek!
Mr. Winner, do you really even suspect Kay?
Of course I do. She did it. Faraday's the killer.
Then perhaps you can tell us how Kay got into such a secure room as this, without a key card.
She, you know, there was and she, yeah.
Here's the problem, right? Obviously, Eustace is just a dumbass and like has never. Like, prior to being the prosecutor that we've been, like, sparring with, has never been told no in his life. I don't think he's malicious. I think he's just trying his best, but his best is really bad. Like, I'm not for insulting children. Thankfully, Eustace is an exception. You know, the sad thing is, Kay is a self-admitted thief. Like, there's such an obvious defense here, and he's too dumb even for that. Yeah. A masterful summary. Now, as we know, only members of the committee have key cards. Therefore, only they can enter. He's not used to being correct. Precisely. Why is she agreeing with me?
Please have a look at this. I had the security pull the data earlier.
So, oh goody. Hey guys, remember when, what was it, the case with Damon Gant and the key card locks? I like how there's one with no name and then one that has Rosie's name. Obviously, Rosie let her, yeah, like the argument is just going to be that she went in behind Rosie, but like, you know.
As you can see, the door to this room was opened at 12:52 a.m. with Mrs. Ringer's keycard.
Blue Badger theme testifies. PTSD intensifies. Be the case with the Blue Badger. Do 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 do.
We cannot know for certain, of course. Whoops. But who's to say the culprit didn't enter the room with Mrs. Ringer? And to kill her over some sort of subsequent disagreement? It's certainly a plausible theory, but that's all it is. For one, it would require the victim and her murderer to have known one another.
Yeah, and Kay didn't know this woman. I'm sure of it.
Oh my god, you guys, there's a letter in your inventory that has her name on it, bitches. Come on. That was dumb on their part.
How can you possibly be sure of such a thing? That's pure speculation on your part, detective. There is no place for guesswork in the courtroom or at the crime scene. Hard evidence is what is required.
In that case, are you suggesting that we have said hard evidence to support your theory? Evidence that Kay Faraday and Rosie Ringer knew one another.
But of course.
Because we set this shit up.
What? I have here a letter. Dr. Hertz found it in the victim's chest pocket. Another victim's possessions. And you kept this to yourself until now. You planned this didn't you?
Read people.
Is this why?
It was a candle holder that killed her, huh? And she died sometime late last night. What now, Gavel?
It's very kind of you to share the coroner's findings with everyone, Eustace. But perhaps you should leave it here. We wouldn't want you to strain your voice, after all. Shall I read it for you? Rosie, thanks so much for agreeing to help with my plan. Now we can both get what we want. Good luck getting your revenge for what happened 12 years ago. Kay. This would seem to indicate pretty strongly that the two of them were accomplices, wouldn't you say? Accomplices in a plot to steal from the very room in which we are standing.
No.
Wait, so your principal suspect is Miss Kay Faraday for the second crime, as well as the Miss Ringer's murder.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't actually say that they were committing a crime, but okay.
I'm the principal suspect?
Don't listen to her. It's all lies, all of it. You're not like that. You'd never do any of that stuff they're accusing you of.
Then how do you explain this letter, detective? Unlike Mr. Winner, I suspect that Judge Gavel herself has some proof to support her accusations.
It's true. Gavel's better at least of having proof and, like, reasonable arguments.
But I didn't expect it to be quite so definitive.
Nicely done, Gavel.
Thank you, Eustace.
Hold it!
We're not done here yet. I still have questions, and you'd better have answers. Would you mind if I handled this, Eustace?
Be my guest. Have fun arguing Edgeworth into the ground.
I can't let them steamroll me on this. I have to find a way to take back the advantage.
Okay.
Kay's letters. As the letter more than adequately proves, Miss Faraday and Miss Ringer were acquainted. It seems Miss Faraday has asked for Miss Ringer's help in a plot of some kind. But for whatever reason, their alliance must have broken down. Miss Ringer lost her life in a resulting disagreement, but she had one last card to play. The letter she kept safe in her chest pocket, which she spells out the name of her killer.
She's good. Better than ever, even. Think you can take her down, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, of course. Don't do this at the Pride, Mouse Edgeworth. If you're going to fail, do it somebody else's time.
Hey, whose side are you on, sir?
There is only one side to be on, Scruffy. The side of truth.
Uh-oh, looks like the kid's got something to say.
Well, if there's only one side to be on, then it has to be the winning.
Quiet, you. My thought exactly. Oh my god, Edgeworth has backup. I'm like... You know what's even funnier? It's the fact that Gavel does zero to interfere with the fact that Francisca is whipping Eustace. Like... Because my first assumption is that she would step in to stop it, but clearly Gavel does not care enough to, you know? Like, she's clearly been tasked with the job of following Eustace around and helping him. Maybe against her will, even. I'm gonna hope it's against her will because I like her, but we'll see. Kay's letter. Yeah. Asked for Miss Ringer's help in a plot of some kind, but for whatever reason their alliance must have broken down. She lost her life resulting in a disagreement. She had one last card to play, the letter she kept safe in her left chest pocket, where she spelled out the name of her killer. Hey, it's fine. They're kids. Let them sort it out, Gavel, probably. Okay, but if I'm not do we have a... Yeah, her left pocket is blood. Are we... Thank you so much for coming with Good luck getting your revenge and what happened 12 years ago, okay? Okay, let me press this. We were able to examine the pocket in question for ourselves. And you want to know why the letter wasn't there, I assume.
It's simple. The police #1 priority was handing it over to me.
The victim had it kept in her left side pocket, chest pocket, next to her heart, in other words. It indicated her heart's desire that the killer be brought to justice. What? I have little interest in sentimental speculation about the Miss Ringer's desires, but one thing does interest me. The fact that you said the letter was in the victim's left chest pocket. It is the truth, as the goddess is my witness. That is where the letter was found, and there's no doubt about it. Okay, so they found the letter in the pocket, but that pocket should be... We already know there's holes in the pocket due to the comment that Gumshoe made, where, like, the money would fall out. So if that's the case, then the letter should have a hole in it. Same place where she was stabbed with the candelabrum. I think that might prove to be a very important clue. I can't imagine a Kay writing a letter like that, but unless we can get more out of Judge Gavel, I don't think we'll be able to prove that she did it. I should try pressing the good judge for some of her statements and see if she'll let something slip. Okay, but she just... Oh, right, that's the end statement that they always do. Okay, so... Present the letter? Oh wait, that's the other letter.
Well, no, she's talking... So present this.
Objection!
So the victim kept the most vital clue of all closest to her heart. How very touching. The voices of the dead don't be heard. Dead fights to be heard. But even then, they don't always reach us. Her voice rang out true, and told us that the Miss Faraday is her killer. I think you may have been misheard her, Your Honor, or perhaps an evil spirit has been trying to mislead you. Gavel must be forced to do this because we have been at this like 3+ cases now, and like every time, like we're correct and they aren't.
Hey, you take that back!
Perhaps we should try listening to the words of the coroner's report instead. By all means, if I recall correctly, the victim was stabbed in her left side. No. Yes, I'm afraid so. You claim that the letter was found in the victim's left chest pocket.
Right where she was stabbed by the candle holder.
Indeed. 3 puncture wounds at the chest, yet not one to the letter. Miraculous, no? Well, Judge Gavel, how do you explain that? Because I can think of one explanation. That the letter was deliberately placed there, in fact, after the fact, in order to cast suspicion on Kay. Someone went to a lot of trouble to create the crime scene we see before us. True. If it was in the pocket, it was put there after death. So, why would Kay do that? And that someone is the real culprit, who almost certainly also forged this letter. I mean, the letters might not be forged, but they could be forged, I guess. No! It is clear that the culprit, intended to frame Kay by means of that letter.
And you fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Objection!
No, Faraday did it. The letter was in her other pocket, yeah.
Huh?
Seriously? The whole left chest pocket thing was a mistake. Whoever reported it must have meant their left.
Damn. Upside the face, Francisca?
Stop your foolish floundering, you're foolishly full. Or are you just that incredibly foolish? Why do you keep whipping me? And stop making fun of my deductions.
Then I saved you the trouble of disciplining him. Yes, even though I had no intention of doing so. The letter is stained with blood, which suggests that it is indeed been placed somewhere on her left side. Therefore, I doubt there was some sort of mistake. I doubt there was some sort of mistaken report. Not unless the report was given by you. Ouch!
Gavel, say something.
No objections. Good. Then allow me to continue. So, we have established the existence of a second suspect.
No, we haven't. The murderer had to get in here, remember? Who else could have gotten in apart from Faraday and Gringer?
Whoever it was would have needed a key card. Judge Gavel proposed that the killer entered the room together with a victim. But what if there was something questionable about the very basis of her theory itself? This piece of evidence points out that another suspect... to another suspect other than Kay. I assume the person that we don't know on the log. Is that this thing? Yeah.
Take that!
Look again at the keycard record provided by Judge Gavel just a short while ago. I'm like getting so many flashbacks to that frickin' Blue Badger case. It's unfair to call it the Blue Badger case because that's just like one minuscule part of it, but it's like so... Its presence is well felt in that moment, let's say. As already noted, the victim's keycard was used at 12:52 a.m. But you will note that someone else's keycard is also listed. A mysterious person who could have been there beforehand, lay in wait for the victim, you mean? This other person entered at 10:15 p.m., so it is certainly not outside the realm of possibility. I mean, the two longest, most aggravating parts are the video with the Blue Badger and its theme. Yeah.
Except I'm afraid it isn't.
Where's your evidence, huh, Your Honor?
My evidence. I am the evidence detective.
Oh, is she the other key card? Oh shit, are we gonna be quote unquote defending Verity? I feel like I called that shit. Although that just feels like a likely arc for her character, right? Where she gets falsely accused. Okay, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's wait. I assume we're okay.
It was my key card.
The key card was updated. And trying to make the fucking pot look like the blue badger. Yeah. That's true. That was a pretty weird thing.
There is nothing suspicious about the committee member entering the chamber as I please, is there?
Who went in with you, Verity? I bet you went in the room with someone else. And I bet that person did it and you're covering up for them. I don't know. I'm just spitballing now.
Perhaps not. But that's also not the exonerating evidence you seem to think it is. Unless you can also prove that you yourself didn't murder your colleague. What utter nonsense. What's what I have to gain from killing her?
What would Kay have to gain?
As I am sure you know how I'm going to answer that, Your Honor. I believe further investigating will shed light on any motives you might have had. I am a faithful servant of the goddess. Why would I ever resort to an act of crime? I used my keycard, that much is true, but my reason for entering this room is far from questionable. Then perhaps you care to tell us why. I had business here in the committee chamber. There were certain preparations to make.
Preparations? Sounds pretty suspicious to me.
I am not at liberty to share what I was preparing for.
Uh-huh.
But I am sure Prosecutor Edgeworth can make an educated guess.
She's preparing for our trial. Yeah, our hearing, I should say.
My hearing. She must have been busy gathering the documents they were going to use against me. To relieve me of my badge.
All right, children, that's enough. It's good to keep our skills and tongues sharp, especially when we're young. But that'll do for now. Okay.
Who in the...
Hi. I was not ready for all of this. Sigh. You knew he was coming. A Danganronpa style execution scene for Edgeworth. He's got a lot of fucking badges. All right. I have no idea what to do for this man. I feel like it's going to take a few seconds, but really takes me back to the days of my youth, back when I would wrangle a certain detective. He disappeared, you know. I hope he's out there somewhere, living his best life. You'll have to forgive me. It's just, I get so emotional. The tears, I can't stop them.
Chairman Winner.
Shit, it's his dad! Okay, nepotism, go! Winner. Ah, Verity, my girl, do you ever stop working? Your dedication puts us all to shame. And is this young Francisca I see before me? Dear child, when did you get so big? Uncle Vinner, it's been far too long. You call him uncle? Oh no, that's a bad sign. And so formal, I thought we were like family. You used to sit on my knee and shout, Unky Winner, at the top of your little lungs. Ah, but time goes so fast. One can't help but shed a tear.
Dad, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here? A committee member has been murdered, and you're in charge of the case, my boy.
What is this? Bringing your pops to work day?
Silence. Do you have any idea who he is? This man practically is the right hand of the goddess herself. A former chief prosecutor and the current chairman of the Committee of the Prosecutorial Excellence.
Oh my god, that means he's super evil. I'm gonna be real with you. That has to be a lie. I don't even believe the tiniest baby mode of Francisco would act that way. Now, Verity. There's no need to bring all that up. I'm just a harmless old man, really.
Allow me to apologize for the detective's rudeness. I am
Miles Edgeworth, correct? And your little subordinate, Dick Gumshoe. I am Excelsius Winner. Of course your fucking name is Excelsius. Excelsius Winner. Fan name Blaze the Best. Okay, well, I agree with the fan base that Sebastian de Best is probably better than Eustace Winner. Excelsius Winner is definitely better than Blaze de Best. I think, in my opinion. Father to this idiot boy, among other things. Oh, damn. My wife and I were so happy when he was born. And now she's gone too. Oh, you killed her for sure. You 100% killed her. I'm not even. I like 100%. It's like. Is his vest all the badges he's taken from other prosecutors over the years? Is that going to be the vibe there?
Dad, you're here. Use my handkerchief.
Thank you, son. You're a good boy in your own silly way.
like father, like son, I suppose. Though it's hard to say who's the bigger fool.
Well, Verity, how goes the investigation?
Thank you for asking, sir. We have identified the prime suspect, 1K Faraday. We are currently trying... You don't have nearly enough to make her your prime suspect, and you know it. Or have you forgotten what we just discovered about the letter?
I told you, that was a mix-up. They got the wrong pocket.
Don't test my patience.
All right, that's enough. Just let's all calm down, shall we?
I'm so sorry you had to see that, sir. My humblest apologies.
I think you all made your cases very clearly.
Well, except for you, Eustace. Look at his shirt. Is Eustace's dad ripped? I think he is. Also, I refuse to feel bad for Eustace, but you could definitely tell that his dad says the worst shit to him ever with a smile. He's definitely one of those dads. And so obviously it's going to be the context for why he's the way he is. Because like his dad has zero confidence in him whatsoever.
Oh god, which means Verity's probably like babying him because she's trying to build his confidence to help him get out from his father or something. Oh. Okay. Anyway, let's not assume too much things right now, but that's where my brain's at. It's kind of fun not knowing what's happening so that I can kind of just like theorize as I'm going.
What? But, Dad!
We are prosecutors, and it's our duty to identify suspects and bring them to justice. But I wouldn't dare call someone a suspect without evidence or motive. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, I know all about your relationship with the accused. Thick as thieves seems apt, based on what I've heard.
Kay's no criminal. She helped us catch the bad guys loads of times.
Much about this case is still unclear, sir. Please, you have to let us... It's heartwarming, really. The bonds of friendships are so strong among the young. Oh. Okay. I see why the fan name was Blaze. But circumstances being what they are, I'm afraid those bonds won't be enough.
What the heck's that supposed to mean?
Prosecutor's office needs this case cleared up as quickly as possible. Time is so precious, and we have so little of it, and there are so many other cases. I'm sorry, but you understand, of course, don't you? All right, Miss Kay Faraday. Time to come along quietly. Yes, sir.
You're not taking her. She's innocent, I tell you.
To defy chairman of the committee is to defy the law itself. It is an act so brazen. A hearing won't be necessary at all. Are you prepared for Mr. Edgeworth to lose his badge over this detective?
What? So either Kay goes down or Mr. Edgeworth loses his badge. What the heck am I supposed to do?
Use this badge to shield yourselves. Oh, how the committee has fallen. Man, when Francisca's calling you out for shady shit. Chiefest of prosecutors burns documents right in front of everybody. Edgeworth, that explains the corruption pretty well. Yeah. What do you have on Verity, dude? Or is she just that plied with justice that she's... Okay. Okay, you're innocent. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Thank you. We've only known each other for a short while, but you've been very kind. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being a criminal. Your contrition has been noted, Miss Faraday, and will be conveyed to the goddess of justice. She doesn't remember anything, Verity. What in the world should I do? When I was little, all I wanted was to be like my father. Oh, to become an attorney, to fight for those who can't fight for themselves. But now my fate is tied to that of this one tiny badge. One tiny badge against the life of a dear acquaintance. Who am I kidding? There's nothing to weigh up here. Aw, Edgeworth. I guess this is it. Goodbye, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
Judge Gavel, a moment, please. Yes, what is it? Your badge. What is the meaning of this? I am returning it. From this day forth, I am a prosecutor no longer. Mr. Edgeworth! What are you doing, Miles Edgeworth? Explain yourself right now. You're giving up, just like that.
You can't mean it, sir. Tell me you're kidding, please.
I say Phoenix could never, but basically follow justice. Yeah. Although, Well, okay, maybe that was intentional on his part. But this is more like him intentionally laying down the badge. I'm trying to remember how much him losing his badge was part of the plan. Or did the plan start forming after he lost his badge? I don't remember. You'll have to play Apollo Justice at some point to remind us.
If you're not a prosecutor anymore, then what does that make me?
I have one duty and one alone, to pursue the truth. If being a prosecutor means I must turn a blind eye to the very truth before me, then I will gladly shed the title to be free. Damn. I'll carve my own path, one I believe in. I won't let my search for the truth end here.
Objection!
Are you running away from Von Karma? From me? Aww. Francisca. It's not like that. Say what you will, Francisca. You won't change my mind. So you're leaving me behind again. I'll never forgive you for this. Never. Whew. No. This is all my fault. None of this would have happened if it wasn't for me. Wait, Kay, don't go. You stay right where you are, detective.
But, sir!
I'm not a prosecutor anymore.
Don't say that! Where you go, I go, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll always be there, right by your side.
There is no need for you to do that now, detective. Simply focus on your job and do what you can. Damn. Well now, this is no good, is it? We've let a dangerous criminal run free. I try and try, and yet it's never enough. There's no need to worry, sir. We'll set up a cordon. She won't get far. She'd better not. I'll be very disappointed in you if she does. Uh-oh. Verity looks sad that we put her badge down. So, to be continued. Damn. Oh, we're in the middle already, guys. Did this come out before or after Apollo Justice? I assumed it was before, but now I'm not certain. Because, like, obviously I know what happens with Miles because I've played the other games. But, like, did this, like, come out before we had that knowledge? I believe this is post Apollo Justice. Okay. To be fair, I don't think you even know much about Miles in Apollo Justice. He's more so the next game, but... Kay. She's not here either. Where are you?
Hey, Eddie. Knockity knock knock. Special visitor.
Fenda, you're not dead.
Whoa, talk about an unhappy face. Everything okay, big guy? You won't earn yourself too many admirers looking like that.
Yay, we get a song again. What are you doing here? Has something happened?
Has something happened, he asks. I'll say. It's been all over the news. Murder in the committee chamber. I'd call that a happening, all right. And what with your here and being today, I thought, well, I couldn't help but wondering if you were involved.
They're reporting on the news already.
Heck yeah. Dead lawyer, young woman on the run. They're lapping it up. It's crazy stuff, but compelling too, I gotta admit. So, you gonna give me the lowdown? Or what?
Well, actually, Apollo Justice is 2007. Investigations 1 and 2 were 2009 and 2011. I see.
Whoa, maybe warn a guy before blowing his mind next time. Things are even crazier than I thought.
This isn't a joke, Fenda. Kay's out there somewhere, all alone, without her memory.
Not to mention, being a suspect in a murder, that definitely doesn't make things easier. But, where the heck could she have gone to? You're sure she doesn't remember Zip?
I thought she might have come here, but...
No luck, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. Sounds like she thinks she's done you wrong. She wouldn't want to cause you any even more trouble by rocking up to your doorstep.
You think I don't know that? But I'm out of places to look.
Hey, take a chill pill, compadre. This isn't like you. You're wound up tighter than a clockwork monkey, which isn't a bad thing necessarily. After all, it's got even you running from pillar to post looking to save an innocent from jail. Acting like the attorney I know you were born to be.
Look, Fenda, I may have given up my badge earlier, but that doesn't mean I've decided to become an attorney. However, Kay isn't just some suspect to a murder to me. She's somebody I've come to know very well, even if only been acquainted for a short while. And she'd never harm a fly, let alone another person. You can say she's important to you, Edgeworth. I know you're kind of like anti-women, but you're not anti-daughter.
Blew my mind twice in 5 minutes, why don't ya? Kid's lucky to have you in her corner, champ. Hope you don't mind me saying this, but that's quite a bond that's sprung up between you two. Enough to give me and your old man's a run for his money, even.
It's nothing like that, really. She just likes to involve herself in my affairs.
Heh, you can say that again. From what I've seen, she likes to charge into things that no holds barred. But she's done you some good, and I can tell. You two make a great team. Can't say I'm not a little jealous, seeing as my partner in crime's no longer around.
Aww.
Anyway, you need to track her down. And you also need an assistant, so I'm here to do that. Connections like that don't grow on trees. I should know. Alright, how about this for a plan? You're fresh out of ideas about where she could be, and you can't just walk the streets shouting her name. Why not go back to the source? Look into how she lost her memory in the first place. You just might turn up some clues that'll help narrow things down.
That's not a bad idea. Based on what she told us, it sounds like it all started at the big building.
Then that's where we're headed. Next up, the big time. And maybe you can give your face the good news on the way. Kay won't come frolicking back into the fold if the first thing she sees is you scowling like that.
Oh. Very funny. Fenda is truly a force of nature all on his own. Oh, look who it is. The viewing platform. Oh, the thing in the middle's all lit up now. Also, now that we've met Excelsius, he was wearing a red jacket, just saying. It wasn't a raincoat, but I might hit the hay early. Good luck out there. Thanks, Donnie. Rest up. Have a good one. Oh, I need a sip of water real quick. Okay. The sun sure set quickly.
Not even a murder on the premises could make this place close its doors. Gotta chase that last dollar, huh? There's hardly anybody around, though. Guess we got the whole place to ourselves.
The first steps towards proving Kay's innocence is to figure out how she lost her memory.
For miles, we got sleuthing to do. This rooftop paradise is all ours, so let's focus up and do what we're good at for K alright. For K, alright.
Alright. I can't do a Matthew McConaughey voice, but that could be a good alternative for Eddie as well. Do what we're good at, huh? Suppose I should be grateful there's at least something we can do. Okay, time to look around. There's a tree. This is a pretty sizable cherry tree. Its flowers are just on the cusp of full bloom. According to what Kay told us, she was standing beneath the tree until she was pushed and fell. Where was she pushed to? Because she's not dead, so I doubt it was completely off the building to the bottom. So the person in the raincoat that Kay saw was supposedly approached her from a direction of the concession stand, which would suggest that she was pushed over this railing here. The railing is chest high. You'd have to try really hard to go tumbling over the edge of it. Everything looks sturdy enough, too. Pegasus, a winged horse of legend. No, wait. Isn't that the horn on its forehead? So it's a unicorn. No, that can't be right either. Unicorns don't have wings. Edgeworth is not a brony. What is this? There's a little plaque here at the bottom showing the name of the piece. Contradictions. That'll teach me to bother engaging with such things. Silly Edgeworth. My Little Pony tells us that this is an alicorn. I don't actually know if that's, like, true for all media or just for that, but... The beak and the wings of the bird and the body of the lion. I guess these statues are meant to guard the peace of this little roof haven. I have to say, they're incredibly detailed, almost frightfully so. Instead of feeling welcomed, I wonder how many people have felt scared off by these instead. Alicorn is both horned and winged. Yes, horned and winged. It looks like a TV for showing announcements of various companies in the big building. But at the moment, it's just showing us a regular broadcast channel. What am I standing here for? The Steel Samurai isn't on today! Edgeworth? Okay. You can insert a coin and take a good look at the distant landscape for a few minutes. Kay absolutely would have been all over this. The Kay I know, anyway. But for now, I'd better focus my powers on observation on this roof. I mean, you should look through it, but... Edgeworth, that says so much. It sure does.
Mr. Edgeworth, we meet again.
What are you two doing up here?
Well, seeing as we came all this way, we thought we might as well enjoy some cotton candy. What the heckern you doing here? Looking to get yourself in even more hot water?
You needn't worry about me, Dr. Hertz. I'll be fine.
Whatever you say, Mr. Soon-to-be ex-prosecutor turned ex-prosecutor. Saw that coming a mile off. Wait, what? You got fired?
As I said, you needn't concern yourself with my affairs.
If you say so. So, how's Kay doing? Uh-oh, did something happen?
Sorry about that.
Maybe I can help. How about an injection?
No injections, thank you. Unfortunately, a jab a day does not keep the world's troubles at bay.
Yeah, it did get kinda chilly, huh? Come on, let's head home. All right then, Mr. Edgeworth. Catch you again soon.
Well, now we can look at the cotton candy machine.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! How about some delicious pardon clouds cotton candy to brighten up your day?
Parting clouds. This is the name for the fact that we're so close to the clouds up here.
Our gimmick is we take a normal serving of cotton candy and we split it in half. Part it, if you will. Half the candy, same price, double the profit, and we're laughing all the way to the bank.
Okay. I don't think your customers will be laughing if you keep sharing that information quite so freely. Okay. Oh. Hey, it's Kay.
Hi.
Kay.
Don't mind me. I was just lying in wait.
That would make you a criminal, Kay. Perhaps you meant to say laying low.
Oh, yes. That.
Nevertheless, I doubt people will look kindly on a suspect haunting the site of her supposed crime. Surely you understand that, even in your current state. On top of which, while you've been playing hide-and-go-seek, I've been worried sick and frantically trying to find you.
Are you mad at me?
Of course I am. Now, what were you thinking coming back here? Did you think your amnesia would excuse your recklessness?
No! I came to try and help you get your badge back.
What?
I thought if I could get my memory back, I might be able to remember killing that poor woman. I thought if I came back to where I lost my memory, maybe I could.
Aww. Heh. There's one thing you haven't lost, you know. Your ability to surpass my expectations at every turn. Aww. I couldn't be more certain now that you're the Kay I know so very well. However, I don't appreciate you being so reckless. Do you hear me?
I'm sorry.
Seriously, Miles, you're killing me here. You were banking good guy points and then you went and blew it by blowing your top. Good to see you, kiddo. Glad that you're safe. Come on, bring it in.
Okay.
That's the spirit.
Not now, Fender.
Yeesh, I was just trying to lighten the mood.
Live news now from the big building where shocking murder took place earlier today. Police continued their hunt for the young woman known to have been present at the scene. She's considered the prime suspect, and the police say no effort is being spared in trying to track her down. He's doing his best.
Oh, mama. They're not messing around, huh? Well, team, what's the plan? Looks like the clock's ticking down, and fast.
Indeed. It's only a matter of time before they find us.
All right, first things first. Kay, you're sticking with us from now on, capiche?
But I've caused you so much trouble already.
You can hardly make things any worse for me at this point.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Then it's settled. We're in this together like the Three Musketeers. Miles here will be the charge of proving Kay's innocent.
And I will. Believe me.
So I'm gonna need you to do everything you can to help him with his investigating. Okay, Kay?
Yes, of course.
Great. Now we gotta move quick. Can't be getting bagged by the boys in blue before we've even started. You two may not have any more to lose, but you're Uncle Eddie sure does. Gregory would never forgive me if I got the family office shut down.
Aw. Thank you, Fender. I'm sure I owe you more than I'll ever really know.
I hope I've been of help to you so far.
You remember.
I came back here because I thought I might jog my memory.
How about we go over what you remember one more time?
Okay. I was standing under the tree, sheltering from the rain. Then I saw a person in a red raincoat. And then they pushed me.
Can you remember anything specific about the person in the raincoat?
I'm sorry, I just can't recall anything. Oh, but there is one thing. I could see the moon over their shoulder as they came closer and closer.
The moon? But the moon's over there.
Yes, it's all very fuzzy, but it was the exact same place it is right now.
Okay. But then you weren't under the cherry tree. Okay. Cherry blossoms, whatever.
Floating up there above the cherry blossoms.
So the moon was visible over the mysterious figure's shoulder. That's new information. I should keep it in mind.
I keep feeling like there's something just on the edge of my memory.
There is. Could it be a clue we need? All right. Let it just float to the top of your mind and say whatever comes to your thoughts.
All right. I'm seeing... It's very faint, but I'm seeing a small restaurant. Just a counter and some seats. And there's this incredible smell. A beautiful golden soup, not too thick, and tastes just right. It's filled with delicious noodles. They're firm, but not too firm. And that's when a thought crossed my mind. I'm going to order another bowl.
Captivating memory, but sadly one that has nothing to do with the case. Oh. You used to say that you were the second great thief, Yatagarasu. A noble outlaw dedicated to stealing the truth. Do you really not remember any of that?
Oh! I think you're right. I was a noble.
Not a noble, Kay. A noble outlaw. Still, I suppose you got halfway there. Okay, what if we show you your pin?
You like pins, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Not particularly, no.
Still, you always seem to have one on you.
Fair. Oh my goodness, because we gave up our prosecutor's pin, we still have one thanks to Kay. I'm sure that's not actually why they did that, but that's still cute in a way. It's part of the job, I'm afraid. This one's also a piece of evidence.
Oh, so you're carrying things you don't like around as a form of willpower training?
That's not it at all.
Sorry, I don't remember you well enough to accept gifts like that just yet.
Alright, I wasn't offering it to you anyway. Okay, what would you... Oh, we can show you the letter, I guess. Okay, you don't know what that is either. Stub.
I was carrying this, wasn't I? I'm sorry, I don't remember anything about it.
Nothing at all. Even the tiniest clue could help.
Alright, let's see. I think I might have just grabbed it on reflex when whatever happened just happened to happen to me.
Wait, I think I might have just grabbed it on reflex when whatever happened to me happened.
There's a saying, right? A falling person will clutch at a straw. What's the matter? You're making a strange face.
I don't want to dissuade you from trying, but please, I need you to think a little more before you speak.
I understand.
Okay, you don't remember the flower.
I remember the person in the red raincoat. That much I'm pretty sure of.
But were they really coming towards you from beyond the concession stand?
Yes, they were walking right toward me. And I have proof. Of course I do. I remember they had legs.
Okay. But there's nothing out there beyond the stand. How could they have been walking out on thin air?
I don't know. Maybe they were a ghost?
A ghost? I'm sorry, Kay, but ghosts don't exist. They are very antithesis of science. This is where Emma shows up and she goes, "Did somebody say science?"
Then this is one of those contradiction things, huh?
Yes, it is. Do you know? Oh, actually, let's look at the. I haven't even looked at this thing in firsthand. It's got a star base. It's the unique shape. Remove the dust from the shelf or something. It would be immediately obvious what had been standing there. Oh, I'm sure that won't come up. And there's blood, obviously, on it. Bones of each arm are covered in blood. Spacing matches that of the wounds of the victim. But is it really the murder weapon? Fair. Good, that eliminates paraplegics and quadriplegics. That eliminates like 0.2% of suspects. It's not acro. Okay. At this point, I'm just kind of showing everything to see what happens. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to put some logic together to, like, present her later. Because obviously the moon thing is weird.
Some kind of contract?
In a way, it appears to be a criminal contract of sorts, I suppose you could say.
A criminal? And I wrote this?
The letter isn't handwritten, so it's hard to say who actually wrote it.
I see.
Okay. Well, let's leave you for now. Is it just logic time? Probably. There's also Eddie, of course. But usually your assistant doesn't... Alright. Pushed over the railing. This is getting... No? Okay. Oh wait, I did this earlier. This is wrong. God damn it. I'm just gonna break all my, Okay, apparently that is the only two I didn't do. Of course. Okay. Thinking back over what Kay has said, the person in the raincoat approached her from the direction of the concession stand. Okay. Which implies that she was pushed over the railing on the side opposite the stand. She also said that she could see the moon over this person's shoulder. But we're saying that Kay was on the opposite side because she said she came from the other side of the stand. And so we're saying that maybe Kay was on the opposite. Why was she? Okay, I don't know. We'll see. But when we checked it out just now, the moon was on a different location than expected. Yet Kay claims it's currently in the same spot. in the sky as it was on the night of the incident. This throws the position of the moon and the person in the raincoat out of alignment with the story. I think her memories may have been confused somehow. What's more is if she really had been pushed over the railing, she would have never survived the fall. That is true. Therefore, I must conclude that she may not have fallen where she thought she did. You may have fallen, Kay, but it couldn't have been over the railing. Because if you had, you wouldn't be alive now to tell the tale.
But I definitely remember standing under the tree. If I was pushed, the only way I could have fallen is over the railing, isn't it?
Not unless the ground opened up and swallowed you whole.
The ground can open up like that? How?
Oh, is it that square on the ground and the grass? Is it, like, open?
My bad. Not joking matters. Sorry, kiddo.
Yeah, because that's obviously, that opens up. It's a hatch or something, right? So. But it also may be closer to the truth than you think, Mr. Fender. Let's take another look at the ground in the area. There's a chance we might have missed something. Kay couldn't have fallen over the railing. So where did she fall? There must be a clue around here somewhere. I scour the scene to inspect it for anything that it could be. Could it be this thing here? What's this?
Looks like a service hatch. Kay, do you think you might have fallen down here instead? Nah, you'd never be so clumsy as to that.
Sorry, I just can't say one way or the other.
My bad, kiddo. Just another one of my silly musings. You don't have to take me seriously, you know.
I don't? Never?
Well, maybe not never. If I told you to leap lyrically into my arms. Fender. Chill, my Sereno. Where's your sense of whimsy?
So, never then.
Ouch, talk about a deep cut.
Oh, let's look at the tree while we're here. The ground here is covered in cherry blossoms. Even though the tree's not fully in bloom yet, the strong wind here is blowing the petals right off. Would it have been nice if they thought to tidy it up just a little? Okay, is that all? So then are we supposed to connect? Oh, we don't have something to connect that with. Okay. Oh, the TV thing's changed. As you can see, they're still hard at work up on the 50th floor. That's where the Committee of the Prosecutorial Excellence holds their disciplinary hearing, correct? That's right. They've been people walking by the windows all evening. This one's serious investigation.
Well, doesn't make our chances of getting out of here with Kay any rosier.
We'll have to find a way to slip past the press.
I'm cool, mysterious customer, Miles Sereno, but I'm no spy.
Maybe we can use him to get as a decoy if things get desperate.
Okay, whatever you're thinking, quit it. I can tell it doesn't end well for me.
Eddie just wants hugs. Exactly. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Oh, shit, really? 17-year-old sought in connection with lawyer slaying. It looks like this being a live broadcast, which means we're looking at the Biggs building in real time.
Does that mean we're on TV too?
I don't think so. The camera is far enough away. It's just dark enough that I think we'll be safe for now. At least we better be. If Kay is spotted, things will go bad to worse before we know it. Okay. Interesting. A deduce popped up. Oh, wait. Okay. If we're deducing... Okay, what does the clock say? The clock says it is almost 8 o'clock. Am I reading that right?
Okay, so we know this is where the committee are. 750-ish. It has to do with the obvious glowing floor. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what they want me to be doing here specifically. We know that's where the chamber is. Victim's body discovered in the committee chamber. Time of death was late last night. Cause of death, site of 3 puncture wounds, left side. Victim was also severed from a head injury post-mortem. Other remarks, prominent burn mark on the right hand. Signed by Hilda Hertz, the coroner. There's the actual image of the body. Yeah, that's all. Whatever. That's fine. Are we saying that when the hatch opened, Kay fell into the room with the committee? I'm not entirely certain what piece of evidence I'm supposed to use with that, but I'm guessing that's the implication, is this is where she fell. It's not quite, it's simpler than that. Okay. I hate it when it's... Look at the map of the building again. I guess that there's no clock on the thing, which means we're looking at it backwards or something. Let's just... Is it really that? No, it's not that. Okay. Okay. Alright, this would be easier if you could see the entire building. The lit floor is the 50th floor because that's where they're active. Oh, it's because there's a... Okay, I understand. It's because above it, there is a floor that isn't lit. Okay, okay. I was really slow on the uptake with that. Okay. Question. How many floors does this building have?
Easy, 50, right? Kind of ironic that just a few feet above where the committee works, it's ugly little schemes.
It took me a bit too. I think the way the building shows it is wonky or something. To be fair, there could be still 50 floors, but a lot of buildings skip the 13th floor for superstitious reasons. It's just so there's a 51st floor.
This place is starry-eyed. Young romantics come to wish it everlasting smoochy times.
But then, what's the dark space above the 50th floor?
Gloomy underbelly of love? Wait a minute.
Exactly. The committee chamber is supposed to be on the top floor, directly beneath the viewing platform. But it actually appears to be located one floor below that, clearly contradicting the supporting facts. Maybe whoever wrote the pamphlet made a mistake?
Somehow I don't think so. Call me crazy, bud.
Yes, there appears to be a hidden 51st floor. Wow, and that's where they keep the gloomy underbelly of love?
My heart. You didn't need to take it quite so literal, Kate.
Good. Then perhaps we can take this more seriously instead.
Come on, have you met me, Miles? That might be easier said than done.
It's still easier than trying to enjoy your so-called jokes. Okay, which means, I assume, down the hatch there's a mysterious floor, and that's probably where Kay fell. Okay. Wow, I lost so much health on this for no reason. How has the whole floor between the 50th and the viewing platform remained undetected all this time?
You got me there. Kinda hard to see the set of stairs going up to it if you ask me.
That's precisely it. Things like stairs are normally out in the open going unnoticed by people seems a bit implausible. Which can only mean the 51st floor is no ordinary floor and can't be reached by ordinary means.
Then we'll just have to reach it through extraordinary means, right?
I don't know about extraordinary means. Maybe let's just go for unconventional.
Indeed. Consider, if you will, the hatch we found by the cherry tree. What would you expect to find on the other side of such a hatch? A room of some kind, perhaps?
Oh, a secret room. Now you're talking my language.
Let's go take a look.
Man, you got a lot of secret hatches in your stories, too. We had that going on in the freaking theme park one last game.
All right, there we go.
What is this place?
Look at all the stuff down there. Is it a storeroom?
Whatever it is, I think we can safely say that this is where you fell.
Go team, strike one mystery off the list.
Yes, but a greater mystery of Kay's memory loss remains unsolved. We have a red-coated figure who can walk on air to account for, among other things.
Hey, can't a guy bask in his success for once? For a second? So, we found a hidden storeroom. I vote we scooch on down and check it out.
We have pretty much exhausted everything up here, and it can't hurt to take a look. Investigation complete. Thank you for my HP back. Oh my god, it's Emma!
Is that you, Mr. Edgeworth?
Emma, what are you doing here?
I heard about what happened from Detective Gumshoe. I was in the area, so I thought I'd come by and see what's going on.
This is Emma Skye. She's a high school student currently studying in Europe to become a forensic scientist. The younger sister of former superior of mine, we've also stood in court together.
The detective called me up in a panic. He said your badge fell off the big building and that Kay was in a man's suit and...
Hold it right there. Didn't you just leave to go back to Europe a few days ago?
And you're back again already? Yep, I'm here with one of my professors. But not to do any schoolwork or anything, just some interpreting.
Then shouldn't you be off doing that instead of gallivanting around a crime scene?
Oh, it's fine. There's this wonderful thing called body language, after all.
That's not an actual language, Emma.
Anyway, never mind me. This is about Kay. How is she? Where is she?
Aw, shucks. Isn't this that sweet, Kay Meister? Your little friend is worried about you.
Oh, yes.
Who's this guy? Don't tell me you went and got a new assistant, Mr. Edgeworth. Hehehe, very funny, young lady. It's actually the other way around, I'll have you know. Eddie Fender, attorney at law, senior partner at Edgeworth & Co. Law Offices.
Emma's 90% caffeine right now. Yes, this girl has more jet lag or caffeine than a college student than weeks of finals. Yeah.
Edgeworth. So you are his assistant. Wait, attorney? Since when were you a defense attorney?
I'm not. To say it's complicated is an understatement.
Let's not sweat the details now, yeah? First things first. But an attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Really? It's like I'm not even here. What is this? Some kind of weird experiment?
Perhaps we should head down below. I'll explain everything there.
I agree. The police could be here any minute.
And who is this?
I'll explain later, Emma. Come on, time to go.
Oh, all right. But you better explain yourself, Mr. Hotshot Pro... Attorney?
Trust me, I'll explain that too.
Okery dokery do. Down the hatch we go.
To be continued. Okay. It's pretty great that we get Emma. So we're going to do some forensic crime solving. I think this is a good place to call it. It's a little earlier than I tend to stop at, but also I started earlier and it'd been going for apparently 3 hours. So miles go down the hole. I think for the sake of my voice, I'm going to stop here. Yeah, and there's going to be no karmatic downside to getting Emma that we're about to immediately see, right? Right? Yeah. All right. Good night, folks. Thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to y'all later. Ta-da!